Hey, what's up guys? How is your day today? Hope all of you are doing well. Anyway, soon Raiden Shogun rerun will come. So in this video, I will cover a general thought about Raiden Shogun, why you should pull for her, is she a great character to be added to your team, and why she is one of the best units so far in Genshin Impact. So looking back a few months ago, Raiden Shogun banner was massive and big success. It was so hyped. The banner sold was the best in the Genshin Impact history, and I think the reason is not just because the hype, but turns out she really met expectation in terms of power level and role wise as one of the Archon in Genshin Impact. Although on the initial arrival so many people disappointed because she can't pair well with Beidou regarding their burst damage that conflict, but in the end, she's still an amazing character if you pair her with other units. She can do a multiple roles at the same time, and actually it's her best capabilities, because while she can deal an insane amount of damage as a DPS, she also brings out the best potential for the other party member at the same time, making her support abilities so amazing, especially on certain team comps. Now, while Raiden Shogun is really one of the best characters, another thing that I really love about her is how good she is even though she's just on Constellation 0. You absolutely won't have any trouble clearing any content in the game at all. But just so you know, every constellation of Raiden is really useful. Every constellation will make Raiden and party grow stronger. But generally speaking, I will group the constellation of Raiden into two. The first three constellations, which is from Constellation 1 to 3, are meant to bring Raiden DPS capabilities to the max, while Constellation 4 to 6 tends to maximize Raiden support capabilities. So how usually you run Raiden, and why she is so important to the team? First of all, her E skill will buff Raiden and entire team party with coordinate AoE electro damage that will trigger when you deal damage. So, for example, when you deal damage using E skill or burst, it also will still trigger the electro damage. But the most great thing is actually her E skill will buff your party member burst damage that scale on energy cost, which means more higher your unit burst the energy cost, more higher the damage bonus. And because the buff is given upon using the burst, that means every burst that snapshot like Xiangling or Kazuha will benefit for the rest of the burst duration. Raiden burst is the most important talent for her, so to be simple, while Raiden releases the burst, it will deal massive base damage, which also allowing Raiden to deal attack that infuse with electro damage for 7 seconds, which can increase further by consuming the resolve stat. The resolve stat itself is gained upon party member use the elemental burst. More higher the party burst energy cost, more stat will gain this way, which automatically bring higher Raiden burst damage and burst attack. During burst duration, she also will restore energy for party member every time she attack. So, while Raiden deal a lot of damage, she also recharges all of your party member energy, which make her an universal battery. By seeing how Raiden can really benefit all team, it's almost impossible to say Raiden won't fit into any team. But you need to keep in mind, while she can fit into many team composition, there are few team composition that you won't need Raiden in your team, especially if the team already have a DPS and that DPS need long uptime on the field, even after using the burst. For example, Xiao or Ayaka. So, there are exceptions also, where you can pair Raiden with long uptime DPS, for example Eula, because Eula is a DPS that you normally will swap after using the burst, either for rotation or building the energy. Raiden really perform great on national team, because this team is really good at rotation for each other. Bennett, Xiangling and Xingqiu won't need to stay on field after the burst, and after Raiden using the burst, it almost result in your other member energy will recharge almost full again if you invest them heavily. And you can do another rotation. Raiden also perform great on double electro team, especially if you have C6 Kujo Sara, because Sara is one of the best electro support for Raiden to bring out Raiden maximum potential. For double electro team, you can pair her with any support that you want, especially if they deal a lot of elemental reaction, for example Xingqiu or Xiangling, and adding another swear abilities from the likes of Kazuha, Sucrose or Fenty definitely will make team great. talking about the artifacts is really interesting for Raiden because her choice for artifacts is arguably very limited because how you want to play her and utilize her elemental burst. When you need Raiden to fulfill her role as DPS plus support, that means you need high energy recharge while also having a good set bonus for damage. Raiden bursts have energy cost of 90, and I think you need at least 200 ER to compensate for the energy cost. Knowing this, the only artifacts that really fit her well is the emblem, because you want your Raiden always ready to deal the burst every time the cooldown is finished. So, you need to stack a lot of ER unless you run her with battery like Fizzle. While the emblem gives you another 20% ER, it also gives you burst damage bonus based on your total energy. Running on 2-piece Noblesse and 2-piece Emblem can also be another viable choice, especially if you not manage to stack up a lot of ER. With this approach, you still can get another 20% burst damage while having 20% energy recharge. And with running electro battery like Fizzle, it can compensate a lack of ER that you have. But generally speaking, for multiple and flexible team composition, the Emblem will be the best choice. Lastly, for weapon, like what I said earlier, I love Raiden Shogun because she can really doing well as a free-to-play. You don't need high constellation and 5-star weapon. The free 4-star weapon, the Cats, is one of the best you can use. It has high energy recharge to fulfill Raiden needs, and also the passive that increase elemental burst damage and crit rate. So, like I said earlier, if you're not lucky, you run on low ER, you can still have decent amount of ER if you use the Catch, which makes you viable to run the emblem set. If you have Raiden and you don't have any 5-star weapon, I don't see any reason why you should not give her the Catch. While the Catch is the best 4-star weapon, her best 5-star weapon is still Engulfing Lightning because it gives you so many benefits: high base attack, energy recharge, attack that increase based on your total ER, and also you gain 30% energy recharge every time using the burst for 12 seconds. The other 5-star weapon that also good for Raiden are Skyward Spine because it gives ER, crit, and have a nice passive that benefit your normal attack and charge attack damage. Now, you might be wondering if you have Staff of Homa or Primordial Jetwing Spear, you're probably thinking, isn't it gonna be better than Engulfing Lightning or Skyward Spine? Well, obviously this two spear is good, especially Staff of Homa, where it gives you a ton of crit damage. But it will make you lose a lot of ER, which I don't think is worth, unless you manage to stack at least 200 ER alone from artifacts. I know so many scenarios can happen, but I still think Engulfing or Skyward Spine still the best 5-star choice in general. So that's it for this video. I hope I'm clear enough for all the Raiden kit, how useful she is as addition to your team, and hopefully all of you that want her will get her on the rerun. If you like my video, consider to like and subscribe the channel to receive my next video. See you and have a nice day.